Hi everyone, this is Kimberley Malone with The Natural Path, and this is a recording of the presentation that I gave on June 18th, and this is covering our Quicksilver Detoxification Systems. So just a quick disclaimer, this is for educational purposes only, and nothing I say is diagnosing, treating, preventing, or curing any disease. And this is not a substitute for medical advice, so if you have questions, please consult your doctor on this information. So who are we? Today I'm just giving the presentation, and my name is Kimberley Malone. I'm a certified functional diagnostic nutrition practitioner, and that is a long word for what I do, which is basically just using functional laboratory assessments, and I'm always looking for hidden stressors and underlying causes at the root of most common health complaints. I'm also co-owner of The Natural Path. I specialize in helping people with diet and lifestyle changes. I also am a Shape practitioner, which is a great program for managing inflammation. And then I also do what's called heart sound recordings. And those are amazing ways to take a look at the heart and see where it may need extra nutritional support. So a lot of other things that we do at The Natural Path, but those are the highlights of the services that I offer. So to start tonight, I just want to say, what is a toxin? Most people are pretty aware of toxins that are coming in through maybe our air or our water, but all in all, they're substances that are harmful to life. So whether it's in the form of a metal or a chemical, even biological waste from things that are going on inside our own bodies is considered a toxin. Where do they come from? So what I just mentioned is those within the body. Those are endogenous toxins. They can be things like carbon dioxide, free radicals, ammonia. Endotoxins, there's something called lipopolysaccharides or LPS. These are all toxins that are produced within our bodies. And then there are also things called exogenous toxins, and those are coming in from outside of our body. So those are coming from food and water, the pollution around you, the air that you're breathing. You can also get a lot of toxicants from personal care products, whether it's your shampoo, deodorant, toothpaste. The list goes on there. In the kitchen, you have to be aware of your different types of bakeware or cookware, things that may be plastics, bad coverings on different types of pots and pans. We need to be aware of all of those, as they can bring toxins into our life. And then medications we may take or vaccinations, those all can come with their own set of toxins. Household cleaning products or other things like furniture, new carpet, paints, candles, things that give off other chemicals or fragrances, all sorts of cleaning supplies. Mold can also provide toxins to our environment. So these are all the places that they may come from. So how do they flow through the body? We are exposed, whether that's through our lungs, through our skins, things that contact the skin, things that we consume, whether it's through what we eat or through our nose, smelling things or breathing. Those are all different ways that toxins can come in. And once those are in the body, we have amazing detoxification systems. So the liver is a real key player in helping to process toxins out. But if it can't keep up, you may be storing a lot of toxins, and those can go into fat cells. It may lodge in joints or your kidneys. It'll be in other tissues like muscle or bone marrow. It can really go anywhere in the body. Ideally, instead of storing those toxins, we are eliminating them. And so that will be through the lungs when we're breathing out, through the skin, that's when we're sweating, which is why exercise is so important, and then also through the colon and the kidneys. So what is the problem? If we're made to detox, why is there a problem? We can often accumulate too many toxins in our bodies, and that's just basically a toxic overload when the ways the body has to detoxify become clogged or sluggish. Overall, they're just less effective. And sometimes it's our own fault because we're just not giving the body what it needs to detoxify well. We need to be drinking a lot of good clean water, getting minerals, getting good sleep. We need to be exercising, sweating, and not putting so many toxins in. So we can help just by cutting out products or sources of high toxicity in our life. I like to use an analogy about a bathtub. So let me move to that real quick. So the bathtub analogy is, if you keep putting water into the bathtub or into your body and you don't have the drain open, it's going to eventually overflow. And as the water goes up in the bathtub, you may not notice a problem. You may not notice that you're filling up with toxins in your body. But there comes a point where it's reached capacity, and you can add something as simple as that rubber duck, and it's going to overflow the water. And so for us, it often seems like, well, I didn't do anything differently. I didn't change anything, and now all of a sudden I'm having these symptoms. Well, you may have just reached your toxic capacity, and you have overflowed the bathtub, so to speak. So that's what we want to help you with, is either opening up the drain, shutting off the water that's coming in or the toxins coming in so that your bathtub isn't overflowing. So how do you know if you might need to do some detox? Here's a list of symptoms you may experience, whether it's headaches, skin rashes or breakouts. You might have joint pain or even systemic pain, muscle pain throughout the body. You're retaining water. You might have GI symptoms, whether that's gas or bloating, constipation. You may end up with some mental health issues, things like anxiety or depression. Fatigue is a sign of needing to do some detox, and even just stubborn weight gain. These and many, many others indicate that your body may need a little bit of extra help detoxifying. So I want to introduce you guys tonight to a company called Quicksilver Scientific. This company I've learned to appreciate over the last few years as I've gotten to know Dr. Shade. He started this company in 2006, and it's in Colorado, just not too far from us in Louisville. They were first really known for their cutting-edge testing of mercury and other metals in the body, as well as their detoxification protocols. Dr. Shade really got into this work because he was toxic with mercury and he was trying to figure out how to get it out of the body. So his skill as a biochemist has really been in mastering the issue with a lot of supplements, which is lack of bioavailability and therefore poor absorption in the body, so that we're not getting the effects that we always want. A lot of our clients here know that our number one way to go is with whole food supplements, but we're finding a lot of clients have enough gut issues that they're not always absorbing them well, or they react to some of the ingredients. And so this is why we're introducing some of these Quicksilver Detox System products, because they have much better bioavailability and can help get you over the hump when maybe you're having a hard time assimilating other supplements. It's also important to note that Dr. Shade has a lot of patents granted and pending for this technology that he's developed around liposomes, nanoemulsions, nanoformulations. He's even figured out how to put liposomes into gummies. And so these are all things that are such small particles. When we talk about nano, we're talking about super small particles that allow these supplements and nutrients that are part of their protocols to get absorbed into the body very quickly and easily. And then they are also able to get into cells because of their small size. So that's really the beauty of what Dr. Shade and Quicksilver have developed. They also do their own manufacturing, and that's also just top of the line stuff that they're doing there. So let me just say a little bit about detoxification, and then we're going to talk briefly about some of the protocols we're introducing. So your body detoxifies through basically 3 phases, and we'll call that the activate, conjugate, and eliminate phases. So in phase 1, your body is taking toxins and using some enzymes to unlock those toxins or activate them. When that happens, they actually become even more dangerous to us because they are now almost like super toxins. And the body needs to be able to quickly move those into phase 2, which is called conjugate. And this is where some other enzymes are used in the body to neutralize that super toxicity that's created in phase 1. It will conjugate them to neutralize them. And this can be one of the key things that is used is something called glutathione. That really helps to conjugate to these toxins and get them moving out of the cells, out of the liver, and back into the intestines where phase 3 happens. And that's the elimination. And this is where they're escorted out of the body, typically using just normal pathways through the colon, or also using binders to help usher those out of the body. So that's just a quick overview of some of the process of what's going on in the body. And next I want to just talk a little bit about Quicksilver's approach to that whole detoxification cycle from phase 1 to phase 3. And they use something called a push-catch model. So one of the things that was identified with a lot of detox protocols is while toxins were being released, they weren't being properly moved through the body and out of the body, and that can result in recirculating those toxins and the body taking them back up. And we definitely don't want that happening. Once toxins are released, we need them to move on out. So the push-catch model works through the body's normal detoxification systems, and it encompasses all 3 phases, that phase 1, phase 2, and phase 3 of detoxification. But timing is very important, and they'll refer basically to something called biosynchronicity, which is the push phase happens first. And this encompasses the phase 1 and 2 detoxification, where their protocols introduce some really potent nutrients and some bitters that help activate your detox pathways. There's something called NRF2 that really helps push toxins out of cells, through the blood, and through the liver and kidneys. So that's the first phase in their detox protocols, is that push. Then what happens is they follow up with a catch, which is phase 3. And this is where they introduce some bitters, some other bitter compounds, getting the bile flowing and moving the toxins out. They will use binders along with that to get things moved through the intestines and minimizing that recirculation. The push is typically done on an empty stomach, and then 30 minutes later it's followed up with catch. And then we wait about another 30 minutes before consuming food. So that's just kind of an overview of how their systems work. So very quickly, there's 4 different detoxes that we want to highlight. Excuse me, the first one is called just a pre-tox system. So this is very good for those of you who maybe haven't done a detox, or you're very sensitive to detoxifying. If you are missing your gallbladder, well, not missing it, but if it's been removed, or if you have some issues with your gallbladder, this can be a really good place to start. If you're pretty healthy and just feel like you just kind of need a reset, then the push-catch liver detox system is a great way to go. It will also really support the liver and get after issues of like early non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. So if you're not sure where to start, sometimes that can be the best place. They also have an advanced push-catch detox system, and it adds on to the basic system with more support for the liver, and there are a number of other products that are added on to just go a little bit deeper in the detox. And then there's a professional one called Cube 2.0 Professional Detox System. This one is very helpful if you are dealing with heavy metals or molds or just some real stubborn systemic viral issues. So this builds on the other protocols and really brings in a lot more. So just very quickly, the pre-tox system is going to help with just basic draining and clearing of toxins. It's not going to be mobilizing toxins out of the cells and tissues. It's just kind of helping to remove the toxins that are free-flowing in the body or that it can catch as they're moving through. And it can really just help to open up detox pathways. The duration on that one is 4 weeks. And on this slide, I've included the products that are in that protocol. I won't go through all of those now. If you are interested in any of these, please make sure to follow up with us and we can give you more information. The push catch, which is the next layer up, it's going to go ahead and now bring in support of all 3 phases of detox. So now we're moving toxins out of cells, out of tissues. This one is super easy. It's just 2 products that you do over 4 weeks. You can do a little bit or a lot. So depending on if you want 1 dose or 2 doses a day, kind of you can play with that, or we can help you figure that out. And again, this is a really simple way to introduce this basic detoxification where you take liver sauce as the product here on an empty stomach, and that's the push. And then 30 minutes later, you follow up with the catch, which is the binder. And then you're good to go about your day, and you can start eating 30 minutes after that. The other option is the advanced push catch. And this is going to add even more nutrient support, some immune support, membrane support. And so it's going to go even deeper into the detoxification. This one is also 4 weeks, but you do it in a cyclical fashion where you do 5 days on and 2 days off, or you can do 10 days on and 4 days off. And I've included there all the different products that are part of that system. There are a total of 5 products in that particular detox. And then the big one is the Cube 2.0. And this is the one that I talked about being very, very deep and really rooting out heavy metals of all sorts, molds and their mycotoxins, just really getting in there and helping the body get back into a healthy inflammatory response and working on the microbe of the gut. And this one actually goes 9 weeks. So this is a big one. It's also cycled, and you can see all the products that are included there. So if you choose to do one of these, what's in it for you? Well, probably reduced pain and inflammation. You're likely going to have increased energy, mental clarity, weight loss, just overall improved quality of life. And then what's nice is you also have us. So there's tons of support. If we have people doing it around the same time, we might be able to do some group stuff around that as well. And just so you guys know, we have done a lot of training with Quicksilver. We're really getting up to speed on their products. And Carl, my husband, Carl Malone, who's the other practitioner at this office, he is doing just the basic push-catch detox right now. And on the other end, I am trying the Cube 2.0 9-week protocol, so be thinking of me. I had some more, I think, deep-rooted significant toxin overload that I really wanted to work on. And so I have been working through that protocol, and I'm still fairly early in it, but I've really appreciated getting a lot of that inflammation out of my body. I'm starting to really notice that. Um, the the other program that I offered to people is called the SHAPE program, and that is an inflammation taming protocol as well. These can go really nicely together if you happen to be a SHAPE person out there. These programs can really complement each other. So let's take back control of your health. Let's find out what your body really needs to feel its best. I just want to thank you for watching this. Just a reminder for this summer, so probably through July, that we're in 2024, we have 20% off these detox systems. The prices that you may have seen in the slides, those are regular prices, so they don't reflect that 20% off. So be sure to let us know if you have an interest so we can give you pricing and make sure we get it ordered for you if you are interested. Also, keep in mind that we do have referral rewards at our office, so if there's anyone that you think of that might benefit from this, please let us know and refer them over, and we would love to give you that referral to use in our office. And if you aren't on our newsletter, be sure to get on there. If you go to our website, just at the bottom of our homepage, you can see where you can sign up for that. We have lots of fun newsletters. So I highly recommend that you sign up for one of those. So thank you so much for attending, and please let us know if you have any questions. We can't wait to go on this journey with you. Take care.